How you doing? Welcome to the Fitness Show on the Old Fashioned Health Network, Good Health Inside and Out. I'm Jazz, your host. Thank you for watching. Now I want to tackle two subjects. Well, one subject really. It's the difference between isolation movements and compound movements, right? Every now and again I get people come up to me and they ask me, can I do something? What's the best exercise to work on my bicep, my quad, my core, as if that's the only thing they want to work out. And in my head I'm like, why in the world would you just want to work out one part of your body? It makes no sense. Now, if you Google, if you talk to different trainers, there are varying opinions on isolation training. Some people say it's good because it'll help build mass for tweaking, or they'll say it's bad because it doesn't have a functional quality for your body and it makes you more injury prone. So with that said, I'm going to say this. There is no such thing as an isolation movement. When you're doing a bicep curl, you're not just working your biceps. Your shoulder is coming into play, your forearm, little muscles around your bicep is also coming into play. I rather call it focus training, not isolation training. There is no really such thing as a straight isolation movement, right? Now, with that said, what is my opinion on isolation training? I'm going to say this. Isolation training has its place. For example, I use isolation training every 4th week. So for 3 weeks, I'm hitting my body, taxing it with heavy compound movements, right? Now coming to 4th week, I'll use isolation movements because it's less taxing on the body, right? It doesn't incorporate as many muscles that I've been incorporating the past 3 weeks. So I call the 4th week a deload week. So it gives me still the opportunity to work out hard. I'm just not taxing my body as much as I was the previous 3 weeks. So that's my opinion on it. Now you can't have a routine or a program where you're doing nothing but just isolation movements, in my opinion. That's just for me. I think you really want to have a functional body, which means you have functional movements. If you take a look at athletes, they're not really doing functional, they're not really doing isolation movements. They're doing drills, they're doing ladder drills, they're doing tires, they're doing all kind of compound movements, right? That is to perform like an athlete, right? That's what you want to do. I think that's what's, for your body to work the best. You want to make sure it's functional. So that's the kind of training that I do. Now, there's also something else floating in the air called spot training. Now, spot training, I don't mean is when somebody asks you to come out and help you spot them. I don't mean that. Spot training is something what I just said before. It's pretty much when I'm going to tell you the difference between your muscle and fat. There's a thin layer of fat between your muscle and your skin. Now, if I say, I want to work out my legs or my glutes, but I just want to affect that one area and I don't want any body part to be affected, I'm just going to work this area out. That's impossible. I'm going to tell you why. Fat is a fuel when you work out. The fat, your body doesn't care where it comes from. Wherever you have fat, it's going to be used as fuel. It's just not going to use the fat in your glutes or the fat in your core. It's going to use the fat all around your body. So when people say spot training, it's pretty much anatomically, biologically impossible. You cannot spot training. People like to think so because they hope that it can work, but it doesn't. It's going to affect your whole overall body, which in my opinion is a good thing. So you got isolation, compound movements, spot training. Now, stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to show you some very good compound movements you can take with you to the gym that I use personally myself. So until next time, this is the Old Fashioned Health Network, Good Health Inside and Out.